Hello and welcome to our 37th episode
37, yeah,
of
37.
uh, of Nerd BS. We are at March 17th. No, May
May.
17th. Oh
May.
my goodness.
You lost 2 months of
I'm
your life.
gone. I'm out. Yeah, May 17th. So if you whenever you listen to this, whenever we say it's coming tomorrow or it came out today, this is May 17th. So you that hope that makes sense, grounds you in whatever multiverse we're in right now. Uh, well, I got here with me, Kyle over here, who spoke up a second ago,
Hey, how's it going?
and Tomas.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Excellent. I'm glad that you all can join me today. Anything exciting happen in anybody's lives these past couple weeks?
Well, I mean, I'm sure lots have happened, but I think you have the big news. You got us going on a strong footing of an intro there. Um,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. I did break my foot. I know. Everybody knows. I think it said in the Discord as well. Yeah. Nothing exciting. I tried to convince my wife. I was like, "Come on, can we come up with a cool story? Like maybe I was doing tricks on motorcycles or something."
I was waiting
Uh,
for it.
just some elaborate,
Yeah, I
crazy
guess
story.
you
But
got a new
no,
quad up there or something, and
unfortunately, it was just a workplace accident that I just kind of fell down a couple of concrete stairs and thought
oh
I
man,
just twisted my ankle, and I was like, I'm just gonna walk it off. I even finished my job at that moment, and then I was like leaving. We were gonna go out to eat because we were just like, let's just go. It's like a spur of the moment, but I had to check on the group real quick before I left, and we dropped my son off at my grandma's. Went over there to do that, and then we decided. I got in the car, thought I twisted my ankle, and I was like, all right, let's wait for it. It'll be fine. And then by the time I got down the hill, I saw this like massive egg bruise on my on my foot, and
were
I
you
was like,
driving?
oh yeah, I was driving. It's on
Oh,
my right foot, so I drive
oh,
with my
okay.
right foot. So I think everybody does. Uh, it was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
disappointing. I got out of the car.
In
I
this
started.
country, you do.
Yeah, I was limping to the food establishment I really wanted to go to, and Sarah was giving my
Oh,
wife was giving me the eye, like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "We're getting food." And so I went in, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're all out of like everything, just to let you know." So,
what?
and I was like,
What?
"Oh, that's
Can you
wonderful."
Can you say the place? Are you inclined to say what place it was?
It was this little Dominican restaurant. I don't remember what it's called. It's in Ukaipa. Do you remember what it's called, Tomas?
it's
There's a
it
Dominican place over there?
it's not Dominican. He doesn't mean Dominican. He means Damascus,
Oh,
I'm sure. Uh,
Damascus.
yeah.
Tomas. No, they're completely
It
different. I didn't.
That
it's
is different.
it's a little Mediterranean place. I think the people that own it's
Mediterranean. There we go.
from Damascus. But
Oh, okay.
it's actually really good. But
Yeah,
they're only like a takeout place, and so
yeah.
yeah, they don't have like. And they're just here in Ukaipa. I think they just opened. They're a little mom and pop place, I think.
Yeah, they're really
Okay,
good.
that makes sense.
I got it like the next day. My wife went down the hill, and so I asked for it specifically, and I called, and they had no issues that time, but I didn't go. Yeah, after I got back to the car, she was like, "We're going to the urgent care. There's no, we're not playing around with this."
hmm
Oh, unfortunately, you can't walk off a broken foot, so I learned that one. Uh,
Yeah.
Anyways, if you want to hear any more about our crazy shenanigans during the week, or any other nerd topics we talk about, you could contact us and potentially join our Discord at nerdbackstory@gmail.com, at nerd_BS at Twitter, at ScadMatrix is mine. And then I'm going to go ahead and hand this off over to Tomas because he's got a couple things. Then we'll go to Kyle.
Yeah. So for me, I have my Twitter, which and my Instagram, which are at Tomas F Diaz 86. I also have a website where I post short stories. I've been working on a episodial one. I just put up the second part this week. I'll put up the next part next week and following. But the website is tomasfdiaz.com. So yeah, please come check me out.
And your fiance was letting me know that you're supposed to be she was trying to get on your butt about it, posting those links on Twitter, right? Every time you do a
Yeah.
short story.
So every time I do a short story, I post the link on Twitter. We have been putting like picture updates on Instagram. I don't. I believe the Instagram link works as well. The one we've been having trouble with is the Nerd BS links. For some reason,
Oh,
but we're still trying to
yeah,
get those to work through. But yeah,
I'll have to send that over to your fiance. She
yeah.
asked me the other day, and I haven't got around to
Well,
it
yeah,
yet.
no. I mean,
Uh,
we're just doing it right now. But I'm just saying, like, it's yeah, the Nerd BS ones don't seem to connect very well for some reason. But the other stuff, yeah, you can just click on my Twitter or Instagram, and it should take you straight to the website. Short stories.
Excellent. And then I know Kyle's got something he wants to talk about later, but where can they reach you,
Yeah,
Kyle?
yeah. You can type in Skybossin. You'll find me somewhere. So that's Skybossin. It's Skyboss with an IN at the end. I'm on Instagram, and I'll end with this. I posted a new YouTube video, and
Ooh.
yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I switched the name over to Skybossin. It used to just be, I think, Kyle, whatever, Kyle S
Yeah.
maybe, but yeah, I just switched the name to Skybossin, and what I do on there is unboxing videos of like collector edition video games, and it was like a little passion project when COVID started, the whole time of our lives. And so it's been like a year and a half maybe since I did one. But I've been collecting games, so I just did a new one on YouTube. So check that out. You know what's
That's
crazy
awesome.
too? Out of all my videos, I get, maybe 20 some views, whatever, if I'm lucky. Except for I did the Kingdom Hearts that all-in-one package unboxing, which was like barely an unboxing because it was like 2 discs and that was it. And I got like 4,000 hits on that.
Oh wow, yeah,
Nice.
that's a lot. Like I know
Yeah.
unboxing videos are usually more popular, but that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it must have went into the algorithm stream, and I got all sorts of comments, and people were chatting and asking questions I didn't even know how to answer. Like, I don't know what the answer to that is. It's Kingdom Hearts lore. Get out of here. That's usually how I reply to. Get out of here.
She's an old man.
Yeah,
Why is everybody
trying to
here? I don't see why you be here?
old man on YouTube.
Oh boy. All right. That's excellent. And yeah, speaking about YouTube, we have a YouTube as well, so check it out. Do all the liking and comments and stuff. Doesn't seem to be as popular as the normal podcast format, but
Is that
that's
I
fine.
have
It seems to be going that route. And that's fine. That's fine. I've actually thought about stop posting them on there, but it's pretty easy, so I just keep doing it. Why
fair
not?
enough. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, at this moment. Anyways, we got a couple new stuff happening right now. I know one popped up today for me, which was the She-Hulk show. I know.
Oh, it's a show?
Yeah, it's a new show on
Oh
Disney
gosh.
Plus.
Where have
Yeah,
I
I know.
been?
Man, you can't complain about these ones too. They're streaming. It's a little
Yeah.
different than the
No,
movie.
I'm not. I'm complaining about the fact that I didn't even know this was in development. I had no clue that they were doing this.
Really, I
Yep.
swear we've talked about it at
I'm
some
sure we
point, but
did. Oh, I'm sure we did. I'm not denying that. I just forgot.
yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I watched the trailer and I think I got you both to watch it now, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to see some more big green CG. So this will be interesting.
Yeah.
It's probably I'm hoping it's a bit more lighthearted, because especially I didn't watch all of Moon Knight yet, but Moon Knight definitely seems to have a more dark tone,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
maybe a little more serious than some of the previous. Well, actually, I think all the shows have maybe Loki was a little more
Yeah.
lighthearted.
Oh, really? I was gonna say that one was a little bit
A
darker.
lot of them.
Maybe
Maybe
that. Okay, then the Hawkeye. How about Hawkeye? That was
Hawkeye was lighthearted,
Hawkeye
yeah.
was super lighthearted.
All
Super
right, so
I'm
this
enjoying
one,
Hawkeye, by the way. I'm
Hawkeye is
halfway through.
incredible, for sure. So this one looks a bit more lighthearted, I hope. It looks very interesting. I love how she looks. They show her at least the back of her in her
Oh,
costume, and
hey.
it looked very good, like a good comic accurate, or not really comic
Comic
accurate, but a
accurate,
good
but
look.
is that what you're saying?
Uh, Not no.
Got him.
But I think it looks good. The costume looks good, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. Obviously, Hulk himself seems to
Yeah,
be in it.
Ruffalo
Bruce Banner.
was
So
in
that's
it, right?
interesting. I'm actually kind of annoyed we haven't got any more like solo Hulk stuff in quite a while. Like we got that Planet Hulk stuff in uh, that last Thor
Wow.
movie,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and
Nobody wants it though. I'm just gonna go out there and say it. I
I
mean,
feel like
you're gonna
I
argue with
like
me. I
it.
know you are,
Yeah.
but
I really
I
liked the Norton, whatever
no,
his name is.
it's
I love that
trash.
Hulk movie. I know a
That's
lot of people don't like it for some reason. I really
terrible.
enjoyed it.
I rewatched it. It's not
I did
fun.
too. I disagree, but I still feel like we should get a new Hulk movie or something. And I guess this is the something, but he's
Maybe a
still
movie.
a supporting act. Uh,
I don't know
but
if
yeah,
he's
I'll
just
say
something.
that. I'll say this.
Just Hulk
He,
hasn't really had his own limelight. Is all
you're
I'm
I
getting
right.
don't
at.
You're right,
I
and
don't
he does deserve it. But I don't think he like sells. To be honest,
I
I
don't
think that's
think
the
I mean,
reason.
Hulk in general.
Yeah.
I don't think people are that interested in Hulk. He's not necessarily. I mean, he's fine and all, and there are certain renditions of him that are really interesting, but he's
I
also not very
But why
deep.
was he like one of the first Hulk movies? The first Hulk movie had Hulk in it.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, one of the
I
first,
would hope.
no, one of the first Marvel, one of the more
Yeah, it was a Hulk
earlier Marvel
movie.
movies. I mean, we all know it was a. I don't know if I'd consider it bad, but it was overly long,
You talking
and I
about
kind of
the
yeah, you know
Ong
what I'm
Lee
talking
one?
about. Yeah, the Ong Lee one, which Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, because he's the same director that did those, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was a big deal.
That one
Uh,
was that was like an experimental Marvel
Yeah,
movie.
it was definitely he definitely took it into a weird light, and it was also, I mean, Hulk was also technically one of the starting pillars of the MCU. I mean, unfortunately, it crumbled
Oh.
while Iron Man had to hold it up for a bit, but it still
And
was
well,
in the
and that's
beginning.
probably that's part of the problem, is my guess, right? Because if you just look at numbers, like the whole kind of it didn't sell well, right? So if you're
Yeah.
taking gambles, it's like, well, we already tried Hulk. Let's move
I
on to
mean,
something else.
you might be
So
right. You guys might be right. Maybe I'm putting too much on Hulk. Maybe
you're
Hulk
you're
isn't as
making
popular.
you're making good points, Alan, and I agree with you. But there's just something, like Tomas said, like people really don't seem to be that interested in him yet. And maybe with this new show, they're kind of trying to see if, like, okay, if there's a She-Hulk
Test
interest,
the waters more, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I would like the Hulk universe. I'm not gonna lie. I like a lot of the things in Hulk, like She-Hulk. I like his Abomination. There's like
Yeah,
the villain with the big brain, which I can't mastermind. What is that guy's name?
with the big brain, I'm so
Yeah,
confused.
yeah. There's
I
a
wanna say
lot in Hulk.
Brainiac,
There's a
but
lot
that
of
ain't right.
stuff like Red Hulk. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
Brainiac.
different uh, things that are involved in Hulk that could be interesting to start unburying. And I guess She-Hulk would be the first of this process. So maybe we'll get some more
Yeah, he
the
definitely
Hulk.
deserves some more love. I like. I'm not saying that. I just there's something about him that's like I'm not super gung ho about seeing
Yeah,
another
I
movie
get it.
about him.
He is very complex a character. I will give you that. But at the end, Hulk smash, and that's kind of the end. It always comes to that.
So yeah, let's go back to She-Hulk then.
Yeah, of
They
course.
showed her face too, like at the end,
Yes.
right? That looked pretty good, like
Yeah.
the CGI face.
Yeah,
Um,
I loved it. Yeah, it looks wonderful.
it does look a lot more playful, and
Mhm.
I'm behind. I haven't even started Moon Knight yet, but
Yeah.
the shows have been really good so far, and
I've Yeah, I agree. Everyone I've
So
liked.
yeah, like, I mean, at this point, it's like they haven't messed up, in my opinion.
No, and
But I haven't watched Moon Knight yet, so who
yeah.
knows?
The Moon Knight, you don't mess up. It was actually really good.
All right.
Nice.
Do you have anything you want to say about She-Hulk there, Tomas? Before I'm gonna move on to, because we're on the Marvel topic. But...
No, I'm pretty excited about it. I think it looks
all right,
fun.
cool.
Probably not excited about it as you guys, but I'm still excited for it.
Excellent.
Well, I will say this: I'm not as excited about it as I am for Obi-Wan. I'm really excited for Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So
I
know it's a different universe, but that's coming out sooner.
I do want to see Obi-Wan for sure. We'll see.
I'll see myself out.
Give this Disney situation a bit more time and air, and they'll all connect at some point.
You're probably right. That'd be great.
Actually,
Hulk with a lightsaber.
Actually, if you've seen Free Guy, they do kind of bring it all together.
I did. I ended up watching that a while ago, and
I mean,
it's okay.
If we look at Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness,
do you hear
we can go
talking
anywhere.
over us, Kyle? I hear like a voice.
Going past this discussion of Freeman. I don't know.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
No, we can move on. I'm done. I was just joking around. I was giving you crap.
So I saw Doctor Strange. I know these guys didn't. They're not big D Strange fans, I guess.
That's right.
Or as we know from Tomas doesn't like. Oh my God, I can't think of his name. The guy who directed it.
The director.
Spider-Man.
Raimi.
Sam Raimi. Yeah. So.
Yeah, not a big fan over here. No big deal.
I loved it. I thought it was incredible, and it really feels like they did not hold Sam Raimi back. There is a ton of. It is actually probably the darkest of the new MCU movies in tone.
Good.
There is a lot of callbacks to not only the previous movies, of course, but callbacks to things that we haven't seen before, callbacks to obscure shows that were shown, and there's even a lot of Evil Dead type things.
Of course.
Which is really cool.
Didn't he do the OG Spider-Mans, the Tobey Spider-Man?
He did.
Or a couple of them?
Most people call those the Sam Raimi trilogy because he was the director. But for people
I didn't know he did all of them.
Yeah, he directed those ones. You specifically can see it in Dr. Octopus, and when they capture him, you could see the Evil Dead influence there, because you can see the POV, the very famous monster POV shots that he loves to do in that moment.
Those are cool. Those are really cool shots.
Exactly, and he does not disappoint in Multiverse of Madness.
Nice.
And I don't want to spoil anything, but it's really, really good. And like I said, very dark. There's actually been a little bit of outcry from people complaining that it wasn't actually rated R.
Ooh.
Just because of the amount of violence that's in it.
Jeez Louise, okay.
And some of the death scenes.
Did they pay you to say all this? Because I can't wait to see it. Thank you, Disney.
No, I did not. But
we're open.
I was literally blown away. This is like the first of the MCU movies that I was grinning almost the entire movie just because of how crazy it just kept getting.
Better than Black Widow, because I know you're all up on that Widow.
Black Widow, but I think the filming and everything in this was much better. Black Widow's really good, but I think the whole style of this was done was much more appealing on the eye. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, so that's
because when I think of Black Widow, all I think of is snow from that movie.
Yeah, which I love snow scenes, so that does help.
Nice. Oh, gotcha.
But it's definitely a different beast, so it's hard to compare the two. I will give you that.
Gotcha. That's fair.
But I know you both haven't seen it, so I'm not going to go any further. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, hopefully. Next time we record, we Well, I don't know Tomas's plans, but my plan is to see it
Yeah.
by
Oh, good.
then.
I hope so because I would love to
Um,
discuss it with you too.
I will
And I
hopefully
just
have
gotta
seen it.
say, sorry, Tomas.
I was just
I
gonna
didn't
say
want
I will
to.
hopefully have it seen by the time we record as well. I not this weekend, but hopefully next weekend I'm gonna be able to see it. So
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, same here. I do want to just vent a little bit. I know it's not soapbox time, but
Oh.
man, I just wish, and I talked about a little bit in Discord that it was like I would pay money. I'd pay the extra money to stream it,
Yeah.
and I know like we've talked about the fiasco with the Black Widow thing that's kind of like spurred and probably canceled any possibilities of that. And I'm pretty much towards the decision they made to pay the actors their fair due, and
Yeah.
everyone that works on the movie. I'm for that, but gosh dang it, what a just the time of my life. It would have been great to just stream it.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I really want to see this movie again already. And what I really loved about Black Widow is I rented it on the Disney Plus as soon as it came
Yeah,
out, and I was able to
right
watch
away.
it multiple times, which was wonderful. And I gotta wait, and that movie is not nearly as dense as Doctor Strange is because there's just so
Oh wow.
much going on that you just like there's signs and things like that, and I'm just like, ah, man, I really wish I could take a second to see what the heck just happened right there, because it's probably a callback to some other thing that I don't know about, but
Oh yeah.
it's moving too fast. Uh, yeah.
Dang. Okay. Well,
Um,
stay tuned, folks, because that'll be next.
yeah, for
Next time we
sure.
record.
But getting away from the Marvel universe, let's move over to Gotham Knights. So Gotham Knights is coming out sometime this year, I think. I think the end of this year. I'd have to look at the
yeah,
date
it
specifically, but that's not what we're talking
says
about anyways, because the big news is they're scrapping the last gen version. So this is the first game that's coming out that had a last gen version planned, and they have now scrapped it to completely focus on next gen or current gen, really, which is the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. So, how do you guys feel about this? I mean, I know we all have PS5s, so it's not that
Oh,
big of a
hey,
deal.
nice. Yeah, nice little flex
Yeah,
there.
but I
Include
don't
us.
know. I mean, I know I have friends personally that still are only on the PS4. I don't know if
Right,
they would have played this game with me, but I mean, now they
right.
do not have the option. So,
Well, let's talk about the game a little bit.
yeah,
The release date is October 25th, as of
there you
now,
go.
and
Okay.
I expect that to get delayed. In all honesty,
Yes, there's been a lot of delays, so I would not be
yeah,
surprised.
maybe. Yeah, I mean, my guess is they push it back to hopefully like before Christmas. That's everyone's hope. But
Mhm.
yeah, this is it's gonna be a multiplayer game with the DC characters from Gotham, and
but it's
it's
not being made
like
by Rockstar, right? I'm trying to see
I
this.
don't think
I've been here. I did not think it was
Yeah,
at all, but then
it
you said it
isn't.
was a
It
sister
isn't.
company. But I remember
oh
I
people
thought it
getting very
was.
upset that they weren't working on it, and I think it's
I thought
because they're
it.
working on Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I thought it was, but no, they're not. It's the
I
company
think it's
behind this
it
one
is.
is
I think it's in the
WB
same
Games
universe though.
Montreal.
Yeah, I think it's in the same
yeah.
universe, and I think it's obviously the combat is heavily. Uh, it's basically, it looks like Dark or Arkham Knight, Arkham City style combat, maybe with a bit more focus on the RPG mechanics. I am a little worried that it's going to be another Avengers, but it is a different
Oof.
company and everything like that. But it's sounding
Well,
the well, what? Yeah,
I was gonna. I'm just hoping that they learned and saw what happened with Avengers, and really, I don't know. I don't know. Do you make it online like
it is
paid
already
game?
online. I think
Well, yeah.
they've already talked about microtransactions. Originally, I heard it was only two-player co-op, but now I'm starting to hear that people are claiming that the box art has 1 to 4 players. So I don't know if they changed that. I don't know. I mean, there's only 4 characters in the game, which is
From what I'm reading
Batgirl,
here,
Batgirl, Red Hood, Robin, and
Nightwing.
Nightwing.
So
From
all
what
the
I'm
Robins.
reading, from what I'm reading here, it says that it's a uh, solo player with friend drop in, drop out co-op multiplayer.
Co-op. Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
At least the gameplay.
yeah, it gave me heavy Avengers vibe. And that now I have nothing against Avengers, obviously. Well, I have a lot against Avengers, but Avengers was fun to play.
Yeah.
When it worked, when everything worked, it was very fun to play. The combat was fun. It would just had a lot of issues. So I hope we're not getting that problem.
Yeah. I know we didn't write this down or talk about it, but did you guys know I think it's not Square Enix, but like one of Square Enix's like sub companies they sold, like the
Yeah,
company that
Crystal
did.
Dynamics.
There
They
you go.
sold
Yeah.
Crystal Dynamics. Yeah, which is the company, which is the developer that made Avengers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's what reminded me of it right now. We're talking about it. I was like, wait a minute,
yeah,
they sold that,
From what
and it
I
was one of
heard,
their
though,
companies for like pretty cheap.
yeah, from what I heard though, they sold it all for cryptocurrency too.
Well, of course.
oh really?
Yep.
Well,
Oh yeah, I've been
it
hearing
said
about
300
that.
million.
Yeah,
It's 300 million, which is low,
But
right? But maybe,
yeah,
but
it
apparently
seems
they also
low.
sold off things like Tomb Raider.
yep.
It's still Tomb Raider off. Yeah, I remember that.
And
Deus Ex.
Tomb
hmm
Raider's worth a lot of money. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
worth
there
Yeah.
it,
is
but
rumor that
I think it was a bad
more
move.
rumor that Sony is looking into purchasing Square Enix. So we'll
Yeah, I'd
see.
probably trying to offload some of that
Which
stuff
is
that.
why it would make sense why they'd offload, give themselves some bonuses before the big bonus. Which is going to
Well,
be like
and
winning
at the same
Rocket.
time, like, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
No, you're fine.
give yourself that bonus, but offload so that you're like a more central focus, right?
Yeah.
If Sony's looking to buy you, what are your pillars? You got Kingdom Hearts, you got Final Fantasy, and maybe a few others. And it's like we don't need all these loose ends of games that. Yeah, I agree, Tomas. It's worth more than like Tomb Raider itself is probably worth more than 300 million.
Yeah.
But if they're making a quick sell, 300 million is not bad.
Yeah,
Not a bad turnaround.
except for what I've heard at least is it was done to make a quick investment in cryptocurrency, which apparently didn't pan out.
Yeah,
And
it
so
completely
now
crashed.
there's
Yeah.
talk about selling off more of this stuff. There's also talk about, layoffs, things like that. So I mean, yeah, they could have made it's not so much for the money. I just don't understand what the company's doing because this is going to hurt their bottom line. Like it's just
It
to me
might.
it seems so dumb. Like
The
invest in something real.
cryptocurrencies, yeah, the cryptocurrency and NFT stuff is that's a gamble. It really
Yeah,
just a straight up gamble. So
you
I
might
agree
as
with you
well.
there, but as far as like offloading companies that,
Oh, I'm fine if you
as much as
offload.
we
Go ahead.
yeah, I think that's the good move,
Yeah, I'm
right?
fine if
Just
you
start
offload.
so you can focus on your main pillars.
Yeah, but it's fine if you offload. But I think, especially like Tomb Raider, it should have stayed a pillar. Like it already was a
Mm,
pillar.
Well, I don't think the last one did so well.
yeah.
They're at least from
It's
what I
not,
know, they're still
like we're
making
talking
money
like
off of it a lot. So they're talking about a new
well,
one coming out.
if we're,
Let me
if
check
we're gonna
now.
compare it, it's like the Hulk, right? It's not as big of a draw as the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if you need to unload something, which it seems like they needed to unload or offload one of their companies and one of the developers, it's like, well, Tomb Raider is probably the first one to go, and clearly it was. So,
No, it
anyways,
also makes them makes them easier to be purchased if they would
yeah,
if
right.
this would happens, because we're already because the PlayStation buying Bungie is already put on hold, and alongside the Microsoft buying Activision.
Oh
So
man, dude,
they
yeah, I got that so confused. I forgot. I thought it was the other way around.
I'm just
But
saying,
yeah,
no,
according
yeah.
yeah,
I'm just saying, according to what I'm seeing here, Tomb Raider has sold over 88 million 88 million lifetime sales. So why did Square Enix sell it so cheap? The last one actually
I mean,
did.
but you know how many games
The
there
last
are
one
though in Tomb
did.
Raider?
The last one did actually 81% over the average of what it's usually sold. So the last one actually did really well.
Good. I mean, that's great. But
It
I don't know.
actually,
I don't know the specifics
according to
of
this
why
chart,
they'd
it
sell
even
or
looks
not
like
sell.
it's. According to this chart, it even looks like it makes money every year. It gets better.
But here's the thing: who else is going to offer that much, right? For Because the numbers are one thing, but does Tomb Raider really draw in that many
And
people, right?
I don't think Square Enix is known for like Tomb Raider. They're known for Final Fantasy and
And yeah, that's a good point.
JRPGs.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. And at the same time, that developer was also their Avengers one, which was all in all that was a flop for them. So maybe that's
Yeah,
what
it
the
was.
unloading was. It wasn't Tomb Raider. It was like, well, Tomb Raider, you're part of this deal, and we got to get rid of that Avengers developer company. Like maybe that was more of the case. You know what I mean, Tomas?
Mm.
So
Yeah,
maybe
I
Tomb
mean,
Raider just got
that could be
a
it.
bad rap
Yeah,
because
but
she was tied
me
in.
personally, I just think it was. Me personally, I think it was a bad
It is.
move. I think it was like taking $300
Mm-hmm.
million and going to Vegas, going all on black. Oh, nope. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, a lot of people and companies have really gone and really were
Yeah.
going into this crypto thinking it was not gonna do this big of a flop, but people don't understand how connected it is to the stock market, and the stock market
Mhm.
started going down, and now the crypto went down even harder.
Mhm.
So it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But
Well, let's get back to Gotham Knights.
either way, yeah,
Yeah.
either way, Gotham Knights looks interesting. I'm interested in it. Um, I'm assuming you both are interested in it, but I'm more. I think I'm gonna wait on it, and I think I might.
Yeah. It's a
Maybe
good
it'll
call.
come to PlayStation Premium, and
That
we
would be
can
great.
play it there, like so
Mhm.
many other games that we got a massive list on what games. I don't know if I'd call it massive. It's a pretty big list. What
Well,
games will be on
yeah,
PlayStation
it's
Premium at launch, which is coming out
a
next month,
list.
right? Next month, or is it June? I think it's July.
That
June
is
2nd.
next month. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
That's a
next
good
month.
question.
It's coming out. We got a big old list. Anything on this list calling out to either of you? I mean, I can go down to our PS3 or classic games too that they've already confirmed that I know we're more excited about than the old PS4 and PS5 games.
So, to be honest, nothing really jumped out at me. If we want to jump down to PS3, I own this game, but it's getting harder to find. Like Puppeteer was one that is a really good game. Azura's Wrath is great. That one's getting expensive, but the rest, I think I personally already own, and honestly, nothing really jumped out at me other than those couple on PS3.
Nothing on the older games called out to me much, except for the Dark Cloud games. Ape Escape is interesting to me to try out. But yeah, on the PS3 ones, I am still sketched on the PS3 just because they are streaming only. I have been meaning, I do have like a 30-day PlayStation Now card that I've been meaning to cash in. I think I might wait
Mm,
until the service comes out, then
hmm
cash it in, and then have a free month of this service to try it out. Um, but really, it was more of the PS4, PS5 games that kind of call out to me. Like we've been playing a lot of. We talked about last time the Elden Ring, and so because of that, um, Foss's fiance got a PS5 as well. So she
Oh,
was
you
talking
guys ended
about,
up getting one?
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
we're
didn't know
getting
that.
one.
Yes,
No.
yeah, she got one, and so we were discussing possibly trying out Demon Souls, and now it's on this program, which is awesome. Ghost of
Is it
Tsushima
is it
is
the
on here.
PS5 Demon Souls?
Yes, they're
Yeah.
both on there, the PS5 and the
Oh,
PS3.
oh,
So
well,
you
that's
can go play the
see.
PS5, and you can go play the PS3 and see what the difference is.
I'm okay. That's a little annoying because again, I bought all those games Now, if I hadn't, and maybe I'll just stop buying games. Maybe that's the moral
I was just talking
of
to
the
Tomas
story.
about that earlier. Is that I don't usually buy games when they're new. It's usually pretty rare. Um, so this is actually great for me because I don't own Demon's Souls. Ghost of Tsushima, I've thought about getting it multiple times, but now I don't need to. It's right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Horizon, I already
And
have
the
it on the
director's
plan.
cut. Wow.
Director's Cut, so it's a PS5 one.
Sheesh.
Like Medieval, I never tried that one. Returnal, I was talking to another friend of ours because it's a
Yeah.
harder game, but it added co-op, so I wanted to try that
Oh,
one.
did it? Oh
Yeah,
man.
it
Yeah,
added
I own
co-op.
all those games. Oh, yeah. See,
Uh,
this is kind of aggravating for me. In all
well,
honesty, like it's
um,
this is good though because you didn't buy all these games, which is cool because now you're going to reap the benefits. But like, why would I pay another subscription to get
yeah,
these games that I
it's
own?
always the gamble, and that is for sure.
Yeah.
And especially since they're not coming day of out.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
You're always gonna have run that gamble of what games are gonna come on when,
Yeah.
because like
I don't like that.
I think we just discussed Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit ago. That just came out recently, and it's already going on this list. Another
Yeah.
game I
Again,
haven't
I own
tried, and
it.
I'd like to. Soul Calibur 4, or sorry, 6.
Well,
I
hey,
keep
yeah, you skipped a
yeah,
couple.
uh, I keep
I
almost buying
I don't
it
have
on
that one.
sale, but now I don't have to. I can just play them
Yeah.
here, which is awesome for me. There's Assassin's Creed on there. See, I never had Game Pass, so this is actually really cool for me. All these different games that I'll have access to that I didn't
I
have
mean,
before, which is
Bloodborne's going
amazing.
to be on there too. We've been talking about
Well, so
getting down
that's
on the
another thing
Bloodborne.
me and Tomas were talking about, because they have these PlayStation Plus games that you have access to if you have all you have to do is have a PS5, and you have access to like God of War, Bloodborne,
Is it
Days Gone,
through
and these are
through
all on the list
Plus?
as well.
Through
Uh,
is this that through Plus? Is that what you're referring
yeah,
to?
the plus ones that there's like 10 games that you can
Oh,
have
okay.
access to
Mm-hmm.
that are free as long as you have PlayStation
Right.
Plus.
Yeah, yeah.
If you didn't, I said that when I was doing quotes with my hands because
Yeah.
they're not free. They're just you can have access to Last of Us. I think is on there remastered, but they're on this list. Last Guardian's on there. They're this list has those games on here. So what does
Mm,
that mean? Does that mean that is that going away? Is that
probably.
only is that only applying for the PS4 owners that get this service? Like,
Well, I think the first thing you said was right. Is my guess because we're going on almost 2 years of the PlayStation 5 life, which is crazy. In all honesty, so by the time this comes out, it'll be close to the time that PS5 will be turning 2, like from its original release date. So they probably will be ending that deal, is my guess, and going, here's the new deal. I kind of hope they just start simplifying it because it's still a little
it
confusing.
is, yeah, because I guess what they could do is that you have the access to these games if you're on PS4,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have the PS5 versions, or yeah, then if PS5 you only have to have Plus to access those specific games, and you just get more games. Yes, I understand what you're saying though. You're basically it is more complex now. The tiers of the
Yeah,
system are getting a little more varied, uh, which is or similar, really, which is
yeah, that's
again
true.
confusing.
Actually,
Uh, so I don't know. And a lot of these they gave away for free already as well. I
right.
know I've gotten a couple of these for free on their system. I mean, Mortal Kombat 11's on there. I just saw that, and that's another one I keep almost grabbing here and there. But it's a
That's a good
fighting
one.
game.
Yeah, that's a good one to get.
I'm not a huge into fighting games. I always like get them and get all excited, and then I just get frustrated at them and stop, because that's just what I do with games.
That sounds about right, though. No, that seems normal with fighting games.
Yeah, so I that's why I've always wanted to get the Soul Calibur because I've always loved that story and that gameplay. But at the end of the day, it's still a fighting game. Uh,
Yeah. Here's one that is not really hard to find at all, but if you don't have a PS3, but it's Enslaved: Odyssey to the West. If you guys end up getting this subscription, I highly recommend playing that. It's one of the best PS3 games I've ever played.
hmm.
But it's a $10 game. And so if you have a PS3, you can even just go out and get it. But
So
it's probably
that's
just
another
way
thing.
easier to play it.
That's another thing we didn't even talk about. So it was also mentioned that select games will be getting, and we don't know which
Mm-hmm.
ones, select games will have improved frame rates and
Mm.
resolutions, and then the PSP and the PS1 will have new UI for save states and rewind features.
Oh,
So,
that's
and
nice. I didn't know that.
also, if you own any PSP games or PlayStation 1 games,
Mm-hmm.
I guess digitally, yeah,
Mm.
digitally, you
Mm.
have
Mm-hmm.
access to them without the sub required. That means you can, if you
Oh,
own a digital PSP game back when you had a PSP, or you purchased one of those PS1
shoot.
games, and they gave them the new HD UI features, you now have
Oh,
access to those new features on your game, and also your game on whatever system you're playing it on,
and you can play it
with
on the PS5.
PS5. Yeah,
Huh.
without even
Okay.
having the subscription, which is amazing.
Okay. Okay, that's really cool, actually. I will say though, it's for me, it's a little too late in the game to be jumping into this. Now, I want to ask you guys this. Well, I'll let you guys answer first. Are you guys gonna get like the big kahuna, all the stuff right away, based on
So,
what we know so far?
yeah, originally I was all in when I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was the years of not having uh
Hello?
a Game Pass.
Mm.
I've not a Game Pass now. I could have tried the PlayStation Now, uh
Mm.
Hello?
but
Mm-hmm.
uh
Can you guys hear me?
unfortunately, yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you're good.
Unfortunately, uh I never tried it. And I was a little afraid because they kept talking about how it was a streaming service and blah blah blah. But now, I'm getting a little hesitant about getting it immediately, just because I don't know why.
Hmm.
It's a big purchase of entry, but at the same
Mm.
time, there are a lot of good games on here. So this might be something I just grab onto, and I do get my games late anyways, because
Yeah.
I usually wait for a sale. So instead of waiting for a sale, I'll just be waiting for them to go on PlayStation Premium, and that would be a little
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think, Tomas? Are you going to get this service?
I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I honestly I like getting when I want a game, I like having it new. So I probably won't cuz I don't see myself paying for two subscriptions essentially. Like I
What do you
don't see
mean?
myself doing it. I don't see myself paying cuz I have to pay extra to get the subscription and I don't see myself doing that.
Oh, I see. Like more than what you're already paying.
Yeah, I
I gotcha. Yeah.
I don't see myself doing that.
It was like
Uh.
it is. There's something we discussed a little bit earlier that I personally never go back to older games very often. That's why this service probably is a little bit more interesting, because I can play games without having to
Oh.
worry about them being in my catalog. If I finish them, it'll be
It's
just like,
not that
okay,
you.
move
It's not that
across.
you don't want to. It's just like the ability to.
Mm.
Yeah,
Is that what
I
you're
guess
saying?
it's
Okay.
yeah. I don't what I never end up going back to games very often. So a
Yeah.
service like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
actually appealing, because if I pay the extra $60, because I already play for PlayStation Plus, I pay the
Mm-hmm.
extra $60, I don't have to worry about buying games anymore. I just play whatever comes out, which is nice. And if we actually, for instance, if you had a couple friends who also had the service, instead of watching the newest game come out, you could theoretically say, "Hey, this game just bumped on. We're all on this, and we all get to play. I don't have to convince you guys to buy it. It's there, and we get to play it."
Yeah.
I cut you
Yeah.
off, Kyle.
That's
Go ahead, Kyle.
no. No. You didn't cut. You're good. I was agreeing with you. It's just still, I guess, it's still confusing to me. So the old games, though, you have to pay more for, correct? For to get the old
Yes,
games.
there's
Okay,
this three. Yeah, there's the three tiers,
right.
which is the essential, the extra, and the premium. The essential is what is currently available. The extra has the PS4, PS5 games, and the premium has all the
Ah,
older games.
okay. So Are we still getting, if you just have the base model, which again they screw the pooch with the naming. It should have been Plus and Premium and had 2. I'm just going to stick to that for a while. It's
I
just,
disagree with you. So
are we still getting the 2 or 3 or whatever plus per month if you just have like the
if you
lower?
have the essential, which is all you need, you still get 2 new
Right,
games,
it is
2
2.
quote unquote free games each month.
Right.
But that was very slyly put in there, as it was 3, now it's 2.
Now it's
So
2, yeah.
yeah, they are lowering the amount once this service starts, which means I think this may be the last month you can get 3
Yeah,
games.
good
So
point.
take
That's
advantage of it, I guess, if you haven't been. I don't know.
yeah. I am definitely not going to get the premium package until there's a game that's like stupid hard to get that they put on there. Because right now it's like I said, I own most of these games, or
Yeah.
have at one point owned them. And I see just the original Resident Evil on there.
Yeah.
Cool, great. How many times is that going to be released on what? I could probably play that on my phone right now. But
Yeah.
they're like
Where do you
even
see
like
the original one? Is it down further?
it's at the top actually. It's under third-party partners between Red Dead and Soul Calibur 6.
Oh, it's the remastered one, right? No,
No,
that's the first person one. Okay, sorry, I forgot that that's the same name, right? It's technically Resident Evil 7, 6.
no,
No, am I
no. That
wrong?
Resident Evil, it would be 7 or Biohazard is what it's called.
Oh, okay. So that is the
So
original Resident Evil. That's the one that was
that's what I'm
on.
saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess so. You're right.
Now,
Okay.
yeah, they made a VR for it too, but it doesn't say VR. I don't know. Anyways, my point is the biggest game on here that I'm seeing, and maybe I'm missing one, is Puppeteer, which is like a $60 or maybe $70 game for PS3. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, cool. Throw a couple on here that now another one is actually Ratchet and Clank Quest for Booty. That is a European only game. So that's really cool to get on there too. So there's a couple in there that are kind of enticing, but the rest again is like, these are like $5-10 games that I've already owned
Yeah.
or have owned, and
Yeah. I agree with you. I didn't even think about that. If I did get it, well, first of all, I'd probably use my free thing first. But
right.
if I was going to pay for one with just this list, I would only go for the extra for sure right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm expecting there, because they said we're supposed to get like 700 games. It's not supposed to be this small. It's supposed to be like
That's
400
what she said.
PS4, PS5 games, and the rest were supposed to be retro games. PlayStation 1,
Yeah,
PlayStation 2, I thought PlayStation 2, and PSP.
they're on there.
Are they okay? So those
Yeah.
are all supposed to be on there, and then PS3. So I want to see what else we get in this list. This is
Mm-hmm.
obviously not the full list. I was excited for
Sure.
the PSP games, but according to this list, there's only one PSP game on here, which is Super Stardust Portable, and I don't know if I've even heard of that. So I need to look that up now.
Wasn't Poco or Loco Roco? I mean, that's a
I was
PSP
just
game.
going off of what it says on the right-hand side, because all this says original PlayStation, and that one says PSP.
Yeah, well, this one says remastered, so that probably falls into the category of PS4 if it's a
Okay.
remastered version. But Loco Roco is a PSP game. Anyways, you're right. It is. There was a little skimpy on the PSP games, which was odd,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I was planning on getting. Yeah, I guess it looks like an Asteroids or a Galaga style game. But I am. Yeah, I was really looking forward to some good PSP games, uh, having access to them on the PS5. But doesn't look like I'm getting that
Yeah,
dream
and
quite
there's
yet.
the PSP games in like physical prices have been skyrocketing. So if they have access to some of those, like that would
Which
draw
is
me in.
isn't that a little bizarre though? Because with the PSP being so easy to modify, I mean that one's like really easy to
But
modify, which
so
is
is Dreamcast, and the Dreamcast
yeah.
physical
I will
games are
say I'll go back.
insane.
I'll go to that in my soapbox. But yeah, I was looking I was looking at Dreamcast recently, and I was actually gonna message you and just like, hey, can I borrow your Dreamcast? But
I got two,
oh
honestly.
man, maybe I have to talk to you after the cast.
Yeah,
But anyways, I was looking into it, and yeah, I was really surprised how expensive they are because I knew
whew,
that as well.
it's wild.
That you said that they're easily moddable, so I was like, well, maybe I'll get one and just do a little modification and play some Dreamcast. Uh,
Yeah,
and
you don't
they were
even
very
need to mod
pricey.
it. You just burn the
Yeah,
disc. That's
exactly.
it's crazy.
It's why I was like, I was interested in it, but I didn't end up doing it because not because the price is exactly. It was one of those things. I don't know if you guys do it every once in a while. I do it all the time. I just still look at stuff just to see is
Um,
this a cheap thing to even look at right now?
as someone who's just sold 1,200 games in the last 3 months, yes, I look at stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Constantly going, "Ooh, that'd be fun." And then the good thing about being able to sell it, though, for me, is that it comes in. I go, "I didn't really want this.
And then you
This
get
is
rid of
so
it.
old." Yeah, and then I can flip it. So yeah, I all the time, dude. I'm right in there. And
I do
honestly,
it a
yeah,
lot
hit
too.
me up if you still want to play some Dreamcast.
I might have to do that. But anyways, but yeah, so we'll have to wait for some more information on this front. But until then, we'll move over to our tabletop games for a minute and discuss some D&D. Uh, Monsters of the Multiverse finally came out.
Dude,
It
that's
has
so
been
confusing because we have the
uh,
Multiverse
yeah,
of Madness.
trust
Oh my
me.
goodness.
I kept when I was like looking up stuff, I kept going back and forth on saying them because they're very similarly titled. Yes,
Typing them
uh,
in backwards and it's like, no,
they're
no, no.
MOM too, abbreviated. So
Of course.
anyways, this came out. It's really just a rehash and restructure of some older material that has been made through the Monster Manual. Um, whatever. You have to look it up. But it's a
Yeah. Thanks for
I
listening.
can't. Yeah, I'm spacing. But anyways, it is a rehash of some old content that has been updated. It
Okay.
is there's a like 30 races, and then there's over like 200 monsters I think that have been remade into basically just updated to the new system or the same system, but trying to balance them in a way.
Mm,
So we got this. I have been going through them, and some of the big ones I've either heard of or saw myself. Whereas the Aarakocra, the bird people,
Mhm.
gained a spell.
Yeah,
I think to compare them to the pixies, who have two spells, or the fairies, who have
yeah,
two spells. The kobolds, which I've heard of, lost their pack tactics, and I think people are getting too hung up on this for the simple fact that this does not mean you can't use the old
yeah,
material. It's
mm,
still there, and it's still completely viable. You just now get to decide if you want to use the old material or the new stuff, whatever you think makes more sense for your character. The only
okay.
thing I have not seen is there's supposed to be a way to essentially heavily customize when you create your character, like basically creating your own race. I know you can change some things, but I felt like there was going to be more added. So I'm going to have to read more to see if it's in there. But I mean,
yeah.
it
At a
does.
first glance, I don't see that.
Uh, it does feel like this is a rehash. Like at first, I wanted to just trust WotC or Wizards of the Coast. I wanted to
Huh,
trust them
is that
and
how you say
see,
that?
yeah, WotC, yeah, WOTC, it's WotC, uh,
Watsy.
WotC. So WotC, I wanted to trust WotC, but this is like the first like book that's come out where they're just updating. They're just updating old material, but instead of just updating them and giving an updated version like a D&D Beyond, it's a digital, so they could just update them or give an alternate version. They've done that in the past. Instead of doing that, we are getting a full new retail book for what, $30 to $50, depending if you get a digital or physical. And this is also the one that they decided to only put in a combo pack and then just now release it individually. So this has been a very shady and weird process in the D&D space, and I really hope WotC didn't make a lot of money off of it. I really hope that they learn something from this and go, maybe we shouldn't do that again. But I feel like that's not going to happen, and I feel like this might happen again.
What do you guys prefer? The digital or physical of these?
Personally, I prefer the digital because they get updated.
Yeah.
They do get updated. Now they don't get updated this majorly, but like small things will be updated consistently, and I do enjoy that. Because if that doesn't happen, with a physical book that doesn't happen, so you're stuck with
Right.
whatever it says. If there's a spelling error or anything like that made it back to the editor, they can't fix it. Whereas digital, they can, and so I enjoy that. Also, I have a tablet, and it's much easier to carry around one tablet than it is a
Yeah.
stack of books when I want to go to my in-laws' house to play D&D. I'm only bringing my tablet, and I get to connect people to my game through D&D Beyond, and they get to have access to all the books I own as well. So they
Yeah.
get to have the books on their phones, whereas I have the book on my phone or tablet, which is something that you don't get with a book.
It's hard to beat that. What about you,
yeah.
Tomas? Which do you prefer?
I honestly, if you had asked me 5 years ago, I would have said the books because I always like that physical, having something
Yeah.
physical. But
Yeah.
as of lately, with everything that's been going on and how everything's just kind of become more, I guess, isolated, I enjoy having the ease that Alan said, and yeah, the how easy it is to fix it and stuff is nice. But I do miss having tangible
Mm.
material.
I agree with you, Tomas, in a sense because there is something special about having the book itself. I do own. I have started running Exandria, the world from Critical Role, with my family, and I have gone out of my way to purchase the physical versions of the Exandria books. So I do own those ones physically, and
Yeah.
there is something special about owning the physical book, even if 99% of the time I'll be reading that book on D&D Beyond. But it is kind of nice to have the book and smell it and
Yeah.
hold it, and it is a
The
different
feel of it.
feeling. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a different, tangible object, which is
And
nice.
just a quick glance at some of these, I feel like, man, I like some of the art for the new ones, right?
Yeah.
But the new Goliath is, in my opinion, nerfed, which I don't think. Trying to compare it, but the new Goliath uh loses their powerful build, but keeps everything else and doesn't gain anything.
The Centaur got powerful build.
The
I
Centaur
don't know if I
receives
had it
powerful
before.
build. Yeah, I'm trying to go between the legacy and this to see. Oh no, they've just put the powerful build into
Engine
Little
build.
Giant. That's what they did.
Okay.
Okay, so they
They
just
just renamed
combined.
it. Yeah, because
Yeah,
they're calling it uh a different name as well for the
yeah,
Centaur, but it's similar. It might be a little
yeah.
different. But yeah,
Let me ask you guys a couple more questions.
what's up?
Because you guys have talked about the Wizards of the Coast, that they're fairly new to running this gig, right? They
No,
kind of took
they've
over.
been
No? Oh, I thought.
WotC's been doing it for quite a while.
Wizards had it for a long time. It's Hasbro that this
Yeah.
is the first
Oh,
time I think
okay.
Hasbro's gotten a hold
But
of
that
this.
was very
okay.
recent. That was after the
Yeah.
whole Mordecai thing, or the
Yeah.
Monsters of Madness.
Right, but there's been a shift in
in
like someone bought them, right? And
Yeah.
there's going to be a shift. Obviously, this was very clear that this was it. What about it? And forgive me if you've already talked about this before, but what about it was shady?
The shadiness was the fact that they released the book, but they only released it in a combo pack with two
That's
other
right.
older books that any fan of Dungeons and Dragons would probably, or consumer of it, would probably have already owned. And so
Gotcha.
you're forcing these people to double dip if they want to get this new book.
Yeah.
And that's the
see.
problem. Yeah.
So yeah, and maybe, and I could be very wrong because I'm not in this D&D world, but I'm following you guys, and so maybe they're trying to bring in newer players with that, and maybe they didn't advertise it that way. But I always compare it to HeroClix, which is the game that we all play. And what you guys are saying is like, man, I feel like HeroClix could learn like from the digital side because all the rule changes. Anyways.
Oh man, I would love if HeroClix would go digital. The problem with that though, Kyle, I think the reason they won't do that is because they make a lot of their money off the click.
So, and that is the issue.
Yeah.
And I will say, and this is completely off topic, kind of. I've been talking to, my soon-to-be brother-in-law, about Warhammer a lot of late. And the way Warhammer does it is they release new rule sets, not new pieces. Well, they do release new pieces as well, but like you don't have to buy the new piece. The rules for that piece change. So your army can stay the same for years. You would just have to buy the newest book to make sure you're running your army with the new rule set, whether it be nerfed or buffed. It's an interesting, different way, and because of this, he says, different armies, the power shifts all the time whenever there's new addition. So it's an interesting idea.
That's kind of cool.
I don't think HeroClix would do it because HeroClix has one rule set that's free.
They've done it a little bit where they've released like buff cards for older pieces. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yes,
it gives them like new powers, which some of them were like, wow, I would definitely use that piece now. But
yeah, they did do that overhaul, which is why I bought that Wonder Woman set.
Yeah,
I actually really want to play sometime. Maybe we should get together and just play that because it's a fun idea because it's an isolated set. But anyways, and it might teach us the rules again.
Yeah. Well, and the new rules. I haven't played with the newer rules.
They altered it. Yeah, this was the set that was supposed to be an introduction to the new rule set.
Okay.
Yeah. The last set I bought was when I think the last set I bought was even before they had done Endgame.
Yeah, I haven't bought any since. I had just gotten back into it, and I was buying a bunch of X-Men stuff, and it was right before the pandemic. And then during the pandemic, they released like the animated series, more animated series X-Men, which I haven't even touched. So I'm hoping they're down on price, so I might look at them again.
I mean, a lot of stuff.
We would know. One person would know how much HeroClix are going for right now. Kyle, how is that HeroClix thing you want to talk about?
Yeah, so we could shift over. Thanks for humoring me about my D&D questions too.
No, it's all good.
So quick backstory to this. Hold
on. What do you think this is? Nerd backstory? No.
No backstory. Just right into the thick of it. I said quick. I'm going to try to keep it quick, but you're making this difficult. And a plug for myself. I sell video games on an app called Whatnot, and like I said, I think I've reached 1,200 video games that I've sold, and now I can't say that every single video game I've made a profit on, but overall, I've made a profit, if that makes sense, right? So some games go for way more than I bought them for, and other games break even, and some I lose a few bucks, but overall, I'm making a profit on these video games, which by the way, I've been able to buy one of the most expensive Sega Saturn games that I never thought I'd own. Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Oh boy.
Look up the
Nice.
price on that bad boy.
Yeah, I've
I
seen
did.
it.
Yeah, so it's getting insane. Which I wanted to play it, so now I can play it. And it's rough, man. Those pixels are rough, but I'm doing it. Anyways, all that to say, you could sell. They're opening up new categories and whatnot every week, and one of them is tabletop games. And I've been jumping in that category, and all I see are like, boxed card games and Settlers of Catan and stuff like that. Cool stuff. But I haven't seen any HeroClix, and I'm like, man, I could totally cash in on this market because I have a big collection. I need to get rid of some. I need to move some. So I schedule one. I didn't do any promoting, which is a big, not a good idea. But I did do a stream before, and I promoted that way, right? Like I sold a bunch of video games. Hey, come back tomorrow. I'm selling HeroClix. Well, they came back the next day. I had to postpone it because I had to do a sub job. I typically run about 40 to 60 people watching my stream. I got about 7 in my HeroClix one tops, and I sold 0 HeroClix that night.
Whoa, really?
I couldn't even give them away.
Ooh.
I didn't try to give them away. I could give them away, I'm sure, but I couldn't even get them. I put them all together. Like I had like 30 that I had set out. A couple good ones, super rares. I put them all together, put them up for like $10. Like someone just take all of them for $10. Nothing. I was like, So a couple things I learned. I have to promote. I don't know if the market is there yet. If I'm sure it is, but they don't know about whatnot, and so, so now I still got HeroClix that I need to make room for.
So here's a question, and I'm not sure if this would be helpful to you or not. Could you not go to where these things are sold? And no, I guess you couldn't because that'd be freaking.
What do you mean?
Loitering. I was gonna say, could you go to these places and be like, "Hey, selling clicks,"
like at a physical store?
But that's loitering. So you can just advertise yourself, like with a flyer or something. Or
yeah.
you know what you could do? Like you could take it to like a place where like young people do stuff like that. Like I know at Crafton they play Magic. Like you can maybe put like a banner up with like the website with those little take a piece. You take a piece of paper and you have the website on there. I don't know.
I think you're right. I think online advertising is the way to go. So go into like HC Realms, like the HeroClix forum, and because I have an account there, and drop an advertisement there. Yeah. Find the HeroClix place on Facebook, drop an ad in there, because it's going to be all online purchasing anyways. So, and I do promote the video game sales, so like I've even paid for some advertising, and it's been paying off. So yeah, I just jumped in. I was just hoping to get rid of some of these clicks that I just need to move, and I couldn't even sell one. It was a little disheartening, all in all. However, that being said, I got a huge sale planned for summer. I'm gonna go all out. I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a 12 days of Christmas kind of thing, but do like sales. So, anyways, yeah. Oh, and also my sister got an Xbox Series X, and yeah, it was funny. She texted me. She's like, "Do you trust third-party Amazon sellers?" And I'm like, "Well, what are you buying?" Like she's like, "Oh, we're looking for Xbox Series X. We can't find one. We're just kind of." Her and her husband, like, we just want one, and we'll pay the extra money. I was like, whoa! I'll find you one. Don't go down that road if that's what you're buying. And sure enough, I think within like 2 or 3 days, Microsoft Store had them. I was like, hey, I got one for you. It's on the way. And she was like so excited. She's like, well, what's the secret? I was like, I just logged in to Microsoft. They stopped forcing you to do bundles on Microsoft, so I just bought the console. for $500, and she was stoked and like, yeah, there you go. So you reminded me of it when you said Imogen got a PS5.
Yeah.
So people are upgrading. They're getting into the new gen.
Slowly but surely.
For sure. All right, it sounds like Kyle's wrapping up. So, Tomas, it sounds like you have a question about the same topic. So,
Yeah. So
we should
actually,
just move
Kyle.
on.
So my thing is like, I wouldn't say I'm a hoarder, but I definitely
Well,
have my things, and I like to keep them. You know what I mean?
the first step is admitting you have a problem.
I like to keep my things. Like I like all the hero clicks I have. I could probably sell a bunch of them, but I keep them all because I like them all.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was clearing out some of the garage the other day, and I came across like 3 huge boxes of VHS. And I'm not sure if any of them are even worth anything. I'm sure there's some in there that are worth nothing. Last I knew, they all worked. I don't know if they all even work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those.
And my question was to you, first off, do you have any way to test if a VHS works? Number one, and number two, does this Whatnot place do selling movies and stuff?
So yes and yes, I do have a VCR. I have a TV VCR because I have a handful of VHS that I collect. And Whatnot does have a movie section. Now it's not anywhere near as bountiful as the video game section or the sports cards or even Pokemon cards section. And I've popped into a few. What I do personally is I kind of mash them up. So I'll throw a few movies in with my video games so that I get, I have more eyes on it. Now, if you're doing VHS, the hot ticket are horror movies. Those will sell no problem, hands down.
I don't have any horror movies.
Or anime movies.
Like you mean like cartoon anime or just anime?
What's the difference?
Like I have like cartoon. I have like an old Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Oh, maybe some of that nostalgia stuff.
Yeah, but it's not really anime. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And honestly, the most I've seen them go for is like $1 for two for $1, but it's there. It's on there. There's a small market for it.
I might need to work something out with you where I come over, if you wouldn't mind, at some point and test these movies.
Yeah, man.
You could help me set up a thing, and I can try selling some of these things on Whatnot.
Hit me up at Skyboss and Video Games.
Yeah, I'll have to do that for sure.
That's cool though. It's always fun finding that stuff. I'm not gonna lie, and digging through it.
A bunch of huge boxes of this stuff, and I was like, man, I don't even use the DVDs I have anymore. I'm half tempted to just throw those in with it. Like,
I stopped buying physical movies.
Yeah, there's a few physicals I still really like to have, but the majority of the physicals I have nowadays, I'm just kind of like, I don't need this.
Yeah, I do Blu-ray and up, I guess, because they have the whatever 4K now. I don't have that set up, so but yeah.
I've been just buying off of like Vudu now on digital.
I hate it. Anymore. I still love it. Well, and Blu-rays are dirt cheap right now. You go get like $4.99 movies at Best Buy.
I have quite a few, but
the reason I get Blu-rays is that they're a lot harder to scratch up, like a lot harder than DVDs, and so they're going to stand the test of time a little bit longer with the kids.
Still suffer disc rot, but it does take long.
Yeah, thanks. You had to come in and poo-poo on that, but thanks.
Nothing lasts forever.
I didn't say that. I said it'll stand the test of time a little bit longer than a DVD.
We all are going to end up as dust. That's all.
Oh my gosh! Well, is this your soapbox?
No, sorry.
Well, I'm done with my soapbox. So if you want to take this over,
so I was just going to talk about a little blue blur that has been racing around my mind recently. I didn't see the new movie.
You
but
did not? Is
no,
that
I
oh,
wanted
okay.
to, but I didn't go out and go see it. But Sonic, he rolls around at the speed of sound. I've been watching a lot of Sonic videos on YouTube, and I've been playing Sonic
Huh.
Forces a lot.
What kind of videos?
Just like mostly like video game videos, like about the fall of the video games. Or
Ah, nice.
I watched
Yeah.
one the other day. I was okay, so I had just broken my foot, and I was like, I just got off Elden Ring for some reason, and I just wanted to like just clear my head, and I
Uh-huh.
found
No,
a video.
yes, you have to.
Yeah,
Gotta
and
work on that.
and so I just turned on a video that was, and I know Tomas will have no idea what this is. Kyle will probably remember this. Do you remember the Chow Garden
Yeah, from Sonic
from
Adventure.
Sonic Adventure
Already
1 and
lost
2?
me.
Yeah. I just put on a video that was like an hour long that was just explaining the complexities of the Chow
Oh,
Garden.
it was really cool. It was a cool
Yeah.
little thing. Like that's a really good game, man. The Dreamcast. I see where your Dreamcast
Yeah, all the connecting, yeah,
fascination.
all the
Yeah.
things are connecting. Yeah, yeah. That's the one I keep wanting to play really badly is Sonic
Mm-hmm.
Adventures again because I remember loving it, and then I got it at a bargain bin a long time ago, and
Oh,
I want to
nice.
say it was a Game Crazy,
Oh
or
yeah.
I feel like it was a Game Crazy. It was like it was a $5 bin.
Oh.
It was a GameCube
Oh.
Sonic DX. I still have it,
Oh, the GameCube one.
the
Yeah.
GameCube one, and I couldn't get into it, and I
Yeah.
just found out recently that apparently that port is like terrible.
It's
And
not
so
great.
if you're not playing on like the Dreamcast or on PC, it's really bad. So I'm
Yeah.
debating getting it on PC, but I've
Eh,
been playing it, and so
it
I've been playing
works.
Sonic Forces.
Okay.
I
How
don't
do
know
you
if you
figure
guys
that
are playing
one?
that one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
On
this was a weird
Switch?
one.
Or what are
Yeah,
you playing
no,
it
I'm
on?
actually playing it on because they gave it away for free on PlayStation
Oh,
Plus
that's right. Yeah. So
a
okay.
while ago. So
Yeah.
I've been playing it. I also purchased Sonic Colors because it was $20 for like the day release
Yeah.
copy at GameStop. It
Yeah.
was
And they
still
fixed
cheap.
it.
Yeah, so I grabbed it, but I haven't played it yet. I've been playing Forces a lot, and I've actually been really
What?
shocked with Forces. Well, because I was already like halfway through Forces.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I was like, well, I'm gonna finish Forces, and then I'll go over to that one. And then I got stuck on Elden Ring, so I haven't really. I've been playing it here and there when I'm not playing Elden Ring.
Dude, I
Uh,
sold Sonic Forces yesterday. That's funny.
oh yeah,
On
I
thing,
saw
yeah.
on your Instagram you are giving away Sonic Mania,
I
which was
did
interesting.
because I did
Yeah,
an all Sonic sale. Believe
I
it or not,
know.
I had
I
like
was meaning to
40 Sonic
swing
games.
by. Yeah, I
Can you
was meaning to
believe
swing
that?
by, but I forgot. I
There's more. There's more games. There's Sonic
there's
has he might have more than Mario. I'm sure of it. I think he
uh,
has more.
you think so?
Ah, dude,
No, I'm kind of curious. I don't.
you're diving into it.
I
Well,
know.
here's the thing.
I'm on the
It
surface right now still, but yeah.
Mario has really good quality games. Like and if Mario's name's on it, for the most part, it's going to be like a really good
Good.
game.
Yeah.
Sonic, though, is just he just whores
All
himself
over the
out
map.
there. Heck, he
And I
even
felt
teamed up with Mario in the
yeah.
Olympics games.
Yeah, he did.
So one of the things that did interest me though is do you remember Twilight Princess, Zelda Twilight Princess?
Mm-hmm.
What is
I
the
just
worst part
got
about
that one
Zelda
again.
Twilight Princess that most
The
people
worst
consider the
part?
worst part? Yeah, the worst part.
Which version are you talking about? The Wii one?
All of them, just in general. Twilight Princess.
Turning into a wolf?
There you go. There you go. You got it. See, I knew you'd get it right away. What's the worst part about that game? Most people consider that game a great game, but most people don't
Yeah,
like
I
the
don't
wolf
like it.
segments.
I don't either.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so I get it. So I just found out recently that apparently Sonic Unleashed, the one where you turn into a werewolf, is the same thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a lot of people consider it a great Sonic game. I didn't know this. It went
Yeah.
over my head. I never knew about it. But a lot of people consider it a great Sonic game. But the werewolf sections
Yeah.
are supposed to be terrible. But
Dude,
everything else
yeah.
is great.
It's funny because I had a bunch of Wii games for Sonic, and it was
Yeah.
like, okay, this one is, and I instead of like reading the names, I said this is Sonic turns into a werewolf, and the next one was this is Sonic, but they gave him a sword. This is Sonic, and like, and that was like their thing. And like, let's just
Yeah.
give him a different weapon or ability, and then we'll make a
For
whole
a while
game about it.
on the Wii, when they had that exclusive deal with Nintendo, they were just pumping them out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, it
There's
was
a lot of
bad.
nice ones.
It
I've
was
heard
bad.
the night one's supposed to be really bad. I've
Yeah.
heard Lost World is supposed to be
Yeah.
eh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But apparently it has Zelda DLC, which is interesting.
So
Uh,
random.
yeah, it's
The
but
racing,
yeah,
the racing games are actually pretty good.
yeah. They gave one away, but I think it was the first racing game. I don't know if it's transformed. I gotta look into it again. Because I remember they gave that one away in one of the free monthly ones. So
Yeah.
I've been meaning to try them too.
All
But I'm
right,
curious.
here's one that you
Yeah.
can get on the GameCube, and it's called. I think it's on the GameCube. I think I have it. It's like the Sonic Gems collection,
Yeah, I
and
had that one for PS2, I think, and I think
yeah.
we
Oh no
ended
no
up
no
selling it.
no no!
Oh,
There's two different collections. There's one
oh,
that's
this is a
only
different
on
one. Okay.
GameCube,
Okay.
and it's I think it's a Sega Saturn game. It's called Sonic R, and instead of cars, you just run around and race as the
Oh
characters, and
yeah.
it's so bad. It's so bad.
That's
The
the
music
I
is
thought that was
fantastic.
I thought that was on Saturn. Was that
Yeah, it
on
originally
Saturn?
was, and
And then
I
it was re-released for GameCube.
yeah, they
Okay.
put it in the game. I said that because it's a little bit easier to find.
On GameCube.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was one of the deep dives I got into when I was watching like why the
Oh,
Saturn failed.
well,
And
that's
it
part of
was
it.
like one of the primary reasons they gave was there was no Sonic game on it. There
No,
was a compilation and there was a racing game, but there was no Sonic
and a
game. Like I don't
trash
know.
racing game. Gosh,
Yeah, they're
that
really
game's
bad racing
you
games.
just like who else are you gonna pick in a foot race of Sonic characters besides Sonic?
Obviously, yeah, I know. Obviously, Knuckles, because
Right? Yeah.
he'll punch his way through.
It was
Tails, he can
so.
fly.
The thing is though, like the music on that game is so good. It's so like
I've heard.
original and fresh. It's just oh.
That is one thing about the Forces game I've been playing. It's fun. I've been having a good time with it, even though I've heard the ratings are like in the
Hmm.
50s and 60s.
It's
But it's
okay.
actually really fun. But the music is really good.
Yeah, they
I
got the
think in all
music
the
down.
Sonic games, they always do really good music.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
so I've been really wanting to play the Adventures game again. So I'm debating just getting on PC. I think my PC can run. It's an old damn game, so it should be like easy to run. I would hope, right? I would hope.
I don't know. I don't know the PC world, but yeah, that's a really popular game, so it should be.
Because I've
You
heard
should
there's
be
like
able to
lots
find a
of
good one.
mods for it and everything, so that you can like basically fix the game. That
Yeah, that's
there's a
what I
lot of
was
broken
thinking
parts
of.
in that game. Yeah, that's what I
I
was
didn't
kind of.
realize the GameCube one was so bad because that was supposed to be the better version.
Yeah, if you look it up, there's a lot of comparisons, but apparently there's something with the translation over to GameCube. They changed a lot of the art and even made the characters. The way they described it is a lot of earlier GameCube games had a very plasticky or shiny look,
Hmm.
and so the Dreamcast version actually has decent shading, whereas when it switched over to GameCube, it had that problem where it's a bit more shinier
Oh
and more
yeah,
plasticky. So it didn't look the textures didn't look as good. And they also altered some of the textures in the game itself. I don't know if it was because the Dreamcast was more powerful than the GameCube, or if it's just
yeah,
those
probably.
consoles are weird. They just have different infrastructure, and so some
Yeah,
things work better than others. And
yeah,
that's
and the
just the
game was
way it works.
designed on the Dreamcast, so.
Yeah, it was designed for the Dreamcast for sure.
The other thing
Alright.
is you
Yeah.
can't take your Chow with you in the VMU on the GameCube. You know,
You c
you could play
yeah,
with that
but you
little
can
memory card.
I know you can take it if you have the GBA with
Oh,
The Sonic
oh my
Sonic GBA
gosh.
games. They have Chow Gardens, you can actually put them on there.
Well, okay, so never mind. Well, good luck getting. Yeah, good luck with that. I don't
I
have
do
that.
actually have the GBA cable that hooks to the GameCube. I have a GameCube and I have the GBA. So I theoretically have almost all the parts except for that game. If I really wanted to.
Yeah,
I know
I
how desperate I am to do that.
I
But
will admit I'm not. I typically would like Nintendo a little bit better, but I really like the VMU, the memory card for the
I did as
Dreamcast.
well because I remember playing Sonic Adventure because my brother had one, and I remember using the little VMU a
Hmm.
lot because I loved the Chow Garden. I mean, I don't think I got as deep as some people that I've seen online, but
Right.
I definitely used to play it a lot because I played both the Sonic games, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on the Dreamcast. I didn't even know Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was the same game for a long time. I thought it was like just a
Yeah.
new game or something, or like something else. But then I found out later that it was because I was actually almost completely exited of the GameCube saga. I was on PS2 World. I didn't really do much of the GameCube besides Smash Brothers at your house. I think I was in WarioWare.
Hmm.
So I didn't realize that game was over there. But so I played both those games on Dreamcast, and I remember enjoying them both.
Yeah.
So I don't
2
know.
is really good. Dude,
Yeah.
Sega was ahead of its time. They just like, and you probably been finding out, they bungled so many
Oh
choices.
God,
They
finding
had they had the original Switch. They had a Genesis model that was portable that you could also plug into your TV.
Yep, I know the Nomad.
Yeah,
Uh, it's really cool looking. It's
it
big and
is.
bulky, but it's pretty cool. Uh, the
Well,
the what?
it's fatter than the Switch, but it's actually kind of
Oh,
less
for,
wide.
how old is that thing? Yeah,
Yeah,
that thing's
90s,
old.
dude.
And
90s.
it could take the same stuff. Like you could plug in because they used to have a Master System conversion kit, conversion thing where you could plug into the
Uh-huh.
Genesis and put Master System games, and you could put those in the Nomad. They
Dude,
worked.
ahead of their time. I didn't know those existed till I was, almost 30, though.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
I didn't
Marketing, I
either.
guess.
I didn't even know what a Master System was
Yeah,
until pretty
right?
recently. I didn't know that there was a competition for Nintendo at that time. I had
Sounds
no idea.
sounds racist now. What if,
It does.
well, now they have the PC Master Race that everyone talks
Yeah,
about. And
Yeah,
anyways,
but not anyway.
ridiculousness.
Anyways, I did, yeah. So I've been going crazy with that. I've been really enjoying the
that's
Sonic
cool.
experience. I've been playing games here and there. It's been a definitely new reawakening on that, and so I'll have to figure out what I want to do with
I
that.
don't know if you
But
could
yeah,
tell, but I'm a Sonic fan as well, so that's awesome.
good. That's good to hear. I've always been a Sonic fan as well, but I just recently got more of a fresh breath into that area. Um, Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool games. But
Yeah, that's
anyways,
awesome.
yeah, for sure. Well, I think that wraps it up for this week. I had a lot of fun with you guys as usual, and I look forward to our next cast. So go watch Doctor Strange next time. Hopefully, we can get a Doctor Strange spoiler section. So I really want to
Mm,
talk about that thing.
hmm.
So I'll have to see you guys next time. So later.
Bye.
Goodbye.